This is WYCD Wicked. That stands for What You Can Do. Pixel Jake here today, in for live action Jake. Got a quick one wanted to share with you, and that involves Trump lawyer John Eastman. He's disbarred. Yes, sir. Let's jump right into it. You see, it turns out that it is just super illegal, super unethical to try to do a coup in the United States of America. This is Mediaite. Ex-Trump election lawyer John Eastman has lost his law license. It's by Alex Griffin. John Eastman, the former Donald Trump election lawyer behind the so-called fake electors scheme, officially lost his ability to practice law in the state of California on Tuesday. The California State Bar recommended last Wednesday that Eastman be disbarred for his actions surrounding the 2020 election and the pro-Trump efforts to overturn that election. Eastman's wrongdoing was committed directly in the course and scope of his representation of President Trump and the Trump campaign, State Bar Court Judge Yvette D. Rowland ruled. Rolland, I don't know why I said that weird. Roland, that makes more sense. Eastman's actions transgressed those ethical limits by advocating, participating in, and pursuing a strategy to challenge the results of the 2020 presidential election that lacked evidentiary or legal support. In other words, folks, he just made it up. He was lying. And contrary to popular belief, you cannot do that as a lawyer. See, this is a underappreciated fact of the law here. Let me scooch a little bit closer. I'll let you in on a secret. You see, you cannot just tell lies as a lawyer. You're not allowed to do that. That's not okay. There's a belief that because you're supposed to give a full-throated defense of your client, that you can just, say whatever you want. But that is not true. In fact, you have to tell the truth. If you have evidence of something, you present that evidence. If you don't have evidence of something, in fact, if you know something is not true, you cannot pretend as though it is. That is unethical. That undermines our system of law, just like Eastman tried to undermine our system of democracy. Got a real simple what you can do for it, gang. When you inevitably run into dumbass Republicans who try to pretend like they are not willfully supporting criminals, point out that the guy who came up with the election fraud that Trump tried, the guy that came up with the fake elector scheme, lost his law license over it. He ought to be in prison as well. And in fact, he might be. He might be headed there. We will see how the rest of these trials pan out. It's not sufficient that he just lose his law license, but he has. And that's worth rubbing in the faces of election deniers. The point is to make it clear that we see them and we know what they're doing. Now, got to give you a big old fat grain of salt with this one. He is going to appeal this up to the California Supreme Court, whatever it is they have. But understand, this is for licensing in California. It cannot go beyond that. So it is extraordinarily unlikely that he is going to win there. And in fact, I would say it is, I would put it as likely that he is going to lose. So good news. Good news. The kinds of folks that associate themselves with Donald Trump's causes, which are every one of them absolutely nefarious, those kinds of folks end up losing all respect in their professions, because they make a mockery of their own professions in Trump's name. Good news on the legal front.